I'm here today to bring you a comparison between the retail Yeezy V2 creams and one of the higher end models from the seller Monica at YeezysBoost.net. There are a lot of different options out there when you're talking V2 reps, and all of them are pretty close to looking like the real deals. Here's a comparison of hers versus the retail pair. Okay, first things first. Let's get into the boxes. This is the retail pair, and this is Monica's pair. First thing you can see right off the bat is the retail pair's box is much bigger, even though they're the same size. That might be something some people care about. As long as you're not trying to pass one off as legit, box doesn't really matter to me. So, yeah, you can see the different sizes. Also, the font is pretty damn near close. The only thing is on the retail, the lettering is a little bit lighter, and here it's on Monica's pair, it's a little bit darker. But again, boxes don't really matter as far as the shoes go, so there's that. Same thing goes for the text here. The retails are a little bit lighter, more faded. Monica's a little bit darker. Same thing goes for the Boost. Next thing we're going to get into is the labels. So now that we have the box and the labels out of the way, let's get into the shoes. So on this side, you have your retails. On this side, you have Monica's. At first glance, they honestly look pretty damn close. If you look at the shape seems to be pretty on point. You know, as far as Yeezys go, you know, sometimes you get a little variances in the tabs and the height of the tongue, but I mean, for the most part, these look pretty good. When you get into the prime knits feel exactly, they feel identical. There's no difference, and padding is almost exactly the same. As far as materials go, Monica's V2s definitely hit the nail on the head. Well, we'll look at the back tabs actually. Back tabs, identical. They're the same. They're the same color of cream. They're positioned the right way. I can honestly say I don't have any problem with the back tabs. Stitching is okay on them. I'll give you a look at the other pair. They all look good. They've got the right shape going on. The heel tabs from all the pairs that I've seen look pretty good. Let's take a look at the laces. The laces is where we see a little bit of a difference. While the retail pair is pretty cream, actually like a pretty cream color, Monica's are it's hard to describe. They're kind of cream, but I'd say they're also, they may have like a little gray tinge to them. But as far as texture and shape, the laces look pretty good. To be honest, I feel like the retail laces are going to look just like the rep laces after a few wears. So there's that. Probably one of the most important parts, the soles. I will admit Monica's soles are a tad bit darker, but when you're talking about wearing them and actually putting them to use, I don't think you're gonna have that much of a difference. The Boost, Monica's seems to be it seems to be a little bit less vibrant than the retail, but the Boost feels exactly the same. They've got the same texture, the same plushness. They look pretty good, and then if I were to see these without having the retails right next to them, I wouldn't be able to tell you which one is real and which one's a replica. But Monica's is definitely great for Boost. Let's see what else we got. You also got, same thing applies for the back tab. Monica's probably looks a little bit more drastic in video, but Monica's looks pretty on point, so happy with that. What else is there? If you want to talk about you look at the soles. The soles are pretty much the same. The only thing I'll say is on the back, where you have this little space up here with the texture, this one does not. Monica's kind of goes all the way up to the top, but you know, on foot, not really going to see much of a difference there. The tags. So Monica's comes with an extra tag. I may be wrong here, but I believe this tag comes from international pairs. But the tag that they do have in common looks the same to me. Maybe this might be a little bit darker, but other than that, let me get a little closer here. One thing about Monica's pair that the retails are different, and it's kind of weird because these shoes look different in all the lights that you put them in. You can kind of see the camera probably won't pick it up at all, but you can see Monica's. You can see the stripes on Monica's. They're a little bit less subtle, and on the retails they're there under certain lights, but they're much more subtle. And you know, but again, on foot, that's not really something you're going to notice a difference of, and it's I hardly see it here. But you know, when you have them side by side, it's kind of more apparent. So I came outside to kind of show the cream stripes, how much more apparent they are on Monica's than they are than on the retails. So if you look here, you can kind of see, I don't know if it's picking up, but you can kind of see it right here and here, and you see the big stripe here. But when you look on the retails, it's just a lot more subtle, and it's kind of hard to see even in the light. But you can see it here and here, and then you can see the big stripe. Maybe a little bit better if you put them side to side. Maybe you can capture Monica's just has a little bit more white going through, more bright white going through than the retails does. It's more of a mix of the white and the cream, and it's harder to see. But it's a lot more apparent here on Monica's, and if you look on the tongue here too, you can see it here. And although you can see it on the retails, it's just not as apparent. But again, all in all, I still think they're pretty good. Like I said in the past, the heel's a little bit darker, and it probably looks a lot worse than it actually is. But on foot, really doesn't look too bad. But yeah, that's how they look outside. Now we're gonna do the blacklight portion of the test, because you know that's something that people are looking for. To be honest, if you're wearing them to wear, I don't really see a point. But you know what? Just to let you know, they do pass the blacklight test. So if you're in a club or something like that, and you're wearing your Yeezys and there are black lights everywhere, you'll know the real. You can see the stripes are apparent on Monica's pairs, just like they are on the retails. All right, let me turn them around a little bit so you can see the backs. All right, as you can see, the back stitching and the stripes light up just like the retail, which is actually pretty cool. Maybe we'll get some of the side. And the sides light up just like the retail. So if you're worried about getting called out because of because the retails glow, And under the Backlight, you don't have to worry. That's pretty much it. You got the stitching and all that, so it comes out pretty well.